Hello and welcome to this episode of the Ace in the Hole podcast. What episode is this? I completely forget. I'm literally...
7.
I'm going to have to go and look because I don't remember.
I believe it's 7.
It is 7 because we took a week off and that was our 6.5. This is week 7, almost coming up on 2 months of doing this. Which is crazy. Yeah, we literally took our bye week. We had a whole lot of stuff going on. Ball State proved that they are the best esports school in the entire state of Indiana. Fuck Purdue Northwest. That's on my mama. Purdue Northwest is terrible. They need to dissolve that esports program. But refocusing here has joined with me as always Clifford and Elijah. How are we feeling on this very, very early Saturday? Very late Friday, very early Saturday.
I am not feeling very oozy.
Not feeling oozy, bro?
I'm not feeling oozy.
You know what would make you feel a lot more oozy? If you threw up that one and acknowledged the tribal chief, baby. Eli's throwing me up a different one here. Eli, how are you feeling tonight? I'm the only one bringing the heat. I'm the only one at least somewhat energized here. I'm ready to go for episode number 7. I was going to say number 7 in German and it just left. What are you going to say?
Before Cliff messaged that his message, the reason I had to get all of my stuff started back up, I was in bed. I was actually falling asleep.
Well, wake your ass up, shake them cobwebs out. It's fucking Halloween weekend. Get your ass in gear. Fucking, I don't know, do some push-ups or something. Go run a lap. Go do that fucking, go do some Rocky training. Do a fucking training montage or some shit. Because we're in for the long haul here. Because we're running an opposite run of show here. We got a little different run of show here. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna see if it works. If it doesn't work, we got Cliff over there drinking a Red Bull and some beer, trying to stay awake, drinking the Peach Edition. Anyone that drinks the Peach Edition has a special place in hell.
Yeah, damn right I do.
So the run of show we got here is we're gonna break it up, and each person's gonna get their own brand. So this week, Eli has WWE, Cliff has AEW. And the third person, who would be me, gets to pick their own show to cover. So, like, if they want to cover NWA, they can cover NWA. If they want to cover Impact, they can cover Impact. I chose NJPW this week because they had their Rumble on 44th Street up in New York. Up in New York. It's one of their bigger shows of the year, and the match card looks pretty good. But before we get super far into it, I want to thank you all for listening. If you listen this far already, it means the world to us. Love you. I don't know if you two listened to the show I put out last week, but I was actually at the LAN event for the Battle for Indiana, and I made a Jim Ross comment because I said slobber knocker during the cast, and the other two casters I was with, both Ball State products, they didn't know what slobber knocker meant. So they had to have me explain it, and I said the phrase was coined by Jim Ross. And so literally every time I was on the desk or one of them was on the desk for the rest of the night, you heard the word slobber knocker at least like 30 times. So it was great. I'm glad I started something. But we got done casting, and literally, because the way that they had it was that they had like their stage and the players and all that set up, and then there was a door that went into the production room. As soon as I walked out of the production room, some dude came up to me. He goes, "Are you the one that made the Jim Ross comment?" I was like, "Yes, I am." He goes, "Bro, I've been watching WWE ever since I was little, back in the 90s, 2000s. I was like, shit, same, except I'm not that old. And I'm not kidding you when I said we talked for like half an hour to an hour about just wrestling. We talked about, because I don't know if it was a he, not going to assume pronouns, super big WWE fan. Not as much AEW. We're talking like so diehard WWE fan. Like they haven't watched AEW yet. They haven't really gotten into it. So I was kind of explaining them to the landscape of AEW right now and how it's kind of a hellscape and CM Punk. Because he didn't even know CM Punk came back. They were talking, because I was saying all this stuff and it was eerily similar how it was back when he was in WWE, Punk was. And so we were sitting there talking about AEW, talking about the Bloodline, talking about the Judgment Day, talking about this, that, and then we got around to Chris Benoit, as all wrestling fans do. Sat there and talked about that for a little bit. But, like, it was just a really nice conversation. So, Justin, Doc Brown on Instagram, if you're listening, hope you are. You said you would. I'm holding that to you. But, thanks for the conversation. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Mentioned them last week. Didn't really go too in depth, but this week I have the soapbox per se to go in depth, so I figured I would again. But really enjoyed the conversation. It's rare that you get to stand there, you just talk to someone for like 45 minutes about wrestling and enjoy every second of it. So really, really good conversation. I enjoyed it. It was kind of like the final cherry on top for the entire weekend. But getting to hold that belt at the end, the Battle for Indiana belt, that was pretty good as well. But
I'm not gonna lie though, that photo you put on socials is pretty cold. I like it.
Bro, just wait, because we have another belt back here, and when we get it, I'm gonna take a picture. Like, you know how Roman throws both the belts over his back? I'm taking a picture like that with both the belts, and the caption is gonna be Ball State 2 belts. Like, my name from here on out is Ball State 2 belts.
No, what you need to do is take that and just recreate all the iconic champion photos throughout history.
See, and what's crazy is they would let me. I don't know why, but Dan, who is the director of esports, just handed me everything after they won. Handed me both the trophies, handed me the title. I was like, Dan, why are you giving me this? Like, he would hold it for the interview, and I would just be standing there off stage watching it all happen because I was just a member of production. I wasn't playing. He'd come off and just hand it to me and just walk away. I'm like, Dan, shouldn't the team have this? Like, why are you giving it to me? I wasn't complaining, though. But Chad's going to kill us. We're super off track. I feel like that was a good intro, though. Kind of set the tone, get you ready, woke you guys up. You got to sit here and listen to me talk. So going into the first brand we're covering this week is Eli with WWE. Go ahead and start us off, Eli. That's how I always do it.
Alright. The show opened up with a Judgment Day promo where Dominic decided that he was going to call himself this generation's Eddie Guerrero. That led the OC coming out, AJ Styles botching his promo against Dominic, calling him this generation's James Ellsworth. Finn Balor then went into a match with Carl Anderson. Rhea Ripley got... sorry, my bad. Rhea Ripley body slammed Luke Gallows. And, kind of low-blowed Carl Anderson to get Finn Balor the win. Johnny Gargano keeps talking about blowing the whistle on something that has to do with The Miz and Dexter Lumis. I'm very confused at this point.
Gargano's out here talking about blowing whistles?
Yeah, I don't. It's very confusing. The storyline makes no sense anymore. R-Truth had a match,
The only way I see it makes sense is if it has to do with Indy.
Okay.
How would that make sense with Indy, though?
He had an affair with Indy Hartwell, and that's why Dexter's trying to, beat him up.
Also, apologies for Eli breathing the power of 1,000 gods. It's it's super late, so he's got to be quiet. So he's got that mic super close, so you're going to be hearing a little bit of extra noise coming from him. I should have said that earlier in the intro, but keep going. I digress.
R-Truth vs. The Miz followed up with the Johnny Gargano Miz.
Oh shit! Sorry to cut you off again, bro. I met R-Truth in the fucking airport, not like literally over the summer. That shit was crazy. I sent you the pictures. I sent Eli. I sent you the pictures. I was super nervous and super scared. I was shaking so bad that the camera was like all blurry. Like I had to, like I chased this man down and like acted like I was looking at the flights and shit, trying to get his attention. Because I was just trying to not make a big like fuss about it being R-Truth. I didn't go, "Oh my god, it's R-Truth!" I didn't point at him and like sprint after him. I just kind of walked up to him like, "Hey man, I'm a huge fan. I've watched you since I was a kid. Like, can I get a picture?" He was super cool, super great. He doesn't look that happy in his photo, but I wouldn't be either if I just got off the plane for Lord knows how long, and there's some 20-year-old trying to take a picture with me. But he was super nice, super cool. Shook my hand. Big ups to R-Truth. I love R-Truth. He actually followed me back on Twitter after that, so huge ups to R-Truth. Love R-Truth. Good man.
Well, the good man won via pinfall because Johnny Gargano appeared as Dexter Loomis in the crowd. Once again, have no idea what the hell's happening anymore. Candice LeRae was interviewed and attacked afterwards by Damage Control. Still have no idea what the hell's happening with that one either. Elias and Matt Riddle talked about the U.S. title match. They were interrupted by Alpha Academy, and Elias challenged Chad Gable to a match. Up after that, we had Austin Theory versus Mustafa Ali with Seth Rollins on commentary. It was a pretty decent match going all the way through it. Austin Theory did end up winning via pinfall. Johnny Gargano was backstage again, checking on Candice. JBL, who is, I guess, a Monday Night Raw manager now, of Baron Corbin. Don't know how that works, but whatever. Led in JBL, and Johnny Gargano agreed. Johnny and Baron agreed to have a match thanks to JBL. Dwayne Johnson got a congratulations. MVP cut a promo on Braun Strowman.
I would just like to say while you're reading, trying to catch back up, I would like to say that the character progression in JBL's wardrobe was absolutely fucking insane. He went from having those baggy, like, NBA 2003 draft fucking pants to actual fitting suit pants. So the character progression is already crazy with him. Probably one of the best managers in WWE as of now.
Can't disagree with that. I like it. I don't understand it. It's confusing.
Crazy character progression already.
I want to put JBL.
Sky's the limit with that.
Omos took on 4 people again. Him and Braun Strowman. It's building up to a match. I understand that, but you can't just keep putting them against nobodies. It makes no sense. Elias versus Chad Gable was a match. Best way of putting it. Elias beat Chad Gable via pinfall. After the match, Otis attacked Elias, and Elias was saved by Matt Riddle. Afterwards, we had a weird OC ice pack testicle skit thing with the OC and AJ Styles, which somehow leads into the next match of Johnny Gargano versus Baron Corbin, which Baron Corbin won because Johnny Gargano decided he was going to play freaking Wild Wild West out on the announce table. Got distracted, pops back into the ring, gets hit with the end of days. Nobody kicks out of that. Bianca.
Well, no, someone did. Who was it?
Who did?
Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Yep.
Yeah. So, does that put it on the same level as the One-Winged Angel?
It was the most protected finisher in WWE. So if you only have one person kick out of it, I think it's still probably the most. Hold on, Cliff.
That now ties it with only being one person to kick out of the finisher. That now ties it with the most devastating palm strike in the World Wrestling Federation, Santino Morella's Cobra, which only Daniel Bryan has kicked out of.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Very much so.
For the longest time, it was the most protected finisher until Baron Corbin came along.
Yep. Santino Marella had the most protected finisher just because if he was going to lose, he didn't do it.
After the... Gosh, I don't even know how to respond to that one. After the Baron Corbin match, we got a interview with Bianca Belair. It wasn't anything to write home about. Johnny Gargano told The Miz that either The Miz comes clean next week or Johnny Gargano will tell the world everything about Dexter Lumis. Hopefully one of those two things happen. A hype package for Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley at Crown Jewel, which I am absolutely happy for. And are we doing predictions next week?
Yeah, well that's the plan. It might have to be another Friday if we can get it done Friday. Upload it super early. It'll be Saturday for you guys regardless.
Yeah, it's Saturday no matter what. And the main event was Bayley versus Bianca Belair. Bayley pinned Bianca in a match where we saw the return of not Nikki ASH, but the psychopath Nikki Cross, where Nikki attacked the referee. She attacked Damien.
You think they'll actually...
She attacked Bianca. Bayley beat Bianca, and then Nikki attacked Bayley.
You think they'll actually call her Nikki Cross? Or you think they're just gonna call her Nikki?
It's either gonna be Nikki or Nikki. It's either gonna be Nikki Cross, or just Cross at this point. I have not heard.
I don't know. I think shortening names was...
Well, the only reason I'm saying that is because they have Karrion Cross as well. So they might want to differentiate.
Yeah. Well, that's why they got rid of hers at first.
I mean, could just call her Nikki Ash and drop the ASH and make her Ash.
That is true.
Nikki Ash got a Nikki fat ass. But anyway.
That was the main event of Raw. Moving on to SmackDown, we have probably one of the most random tag matches to start it off with. The Brawling Brutes defeated Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa. I have a speech impediment, bear with me.
Solo who?
Sikoa.
Sikoa?
I have a speech
There you go.
Bear with me. Bear with me. In a match where Jey Uso cost them the match. I mean, there's no other way of looking at it. Jey Uso cost them the match. He's not feeling Uso. Which brought out Roman Reigns, the double champion, douchebag head of the table, the big bitch.
Hey, yo, there's no need for that.
And it led into one of my favorite things from this week in pro wrestling, which is Jimmy screaming the words, "I don't give a damn what the Tribal Chief thinks." And Roman's look as soon as he said that was everything to me. And I loved every second of it. I loved every second of the promo, especially Sammy dropping the Jay wasn't feeling very Usi, which caused Jay and Roman to start laughing. And I love it. I love Sami Zayn with the bloodline. I love Sami Zayn in general. He knows what he's doing.
Bro, if you want a good opening segment, just throw the fucking bloodline out there. They'll get it done no matter what. That's been the fucking formula for like the past, I feel like 8 weeks. But anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
Without the tag match.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Like, they always use that to build other matches that make absolutely no sense.
Yeah, if they would have done this promo and then the tag match after and then had something else further on in the show, it would have made a little bit more sense. Because, they had this promo and he's not feeling Usi. Jay cost him the tag match. Roman says something to Jay after the match. You build up something. Instead, it kind of was a weird... They lost, and then something happened. But moving forward, the New Day defeated Maximum Male Models. It was a match. But the New Day's contract is up in 2024. That's a little fun point I have on my screen right now. Which, who else is up in 2024?
The devil himself, the salt of the earth. He's better than you, and you know it, Maxwell Jacob Feinstein. I know it's not Feinstein. That's what he auditioned with in NXT. Only true OGs know that.
And after that, we had one of the dumbest. I'm just going over the matches because none of the promos I saw tonight were really all that. Besides the bloodline, Ronda Rousey beating the returning Emma.
I was ready to say.
Yeah, we're going past that. She destroyed
Am I the only one hyped to have her back?
Yes.
Probably.
I don't. It's just having her back in the company is great.
What is it?
Like,
Is it just nostalgia for you?
I don't
Do you
know,
not?
it's just-
Do you not remember the evolution that lasted a week and then she was gone?
It didn't even last a week. She became Evolution, and then didn't she come out and say, "I don't want to do this. I'm leaving. I'm just Emma."
Because I'm pretty sure that was back when Raw and SmackDown were Monday and Tuesday. So she literally came out on SmackDown and was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do this," and just dipped.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just something about. It's just. Plus, though, all three of her original theme songs were absolute bangers. So.
Bring back Jillian.
Oh man, please.
The only true OGs from the Ruthless Aggression era will know that name. Jesus Christ. It was Jillian, pretty sure. Julian or Jillian, something like that.
I missed.
Because her theme song was something about sliced bread, and her whole gimmick was that she was a terrible woman singer. Bring her back. Triple H did say he would field calls from anyone and everyone.
Last year.
That's a little foreshadowing for later in the year. It was for like the Women's Royal Rumble or something.
Following that match, we had Hit Row and Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Legado del Fantasma. I hate this rivalry. It makes no sense to me besides the NXT days, but we're not in NXT anymore.
High key Shinsuke should go back to NXT.
I think NXT's just done.
No, he is. He's back on NXT.
He was on NXT for a match.
NXT's
I thought
just
that was
done.
a permanent move. I thought I saw that somewhere.
Well, he was just on SmackDown tonight, so
NXT died in 2021. There's no. It died. And then we had a. Slobberknocker maybe is the right word for it. I don't know. Karrion Kross defeating Madcap Moss. Is there any other way of leading into a guy's funeral? I mean,
two big old oiled up dudes going at it. That's pretty much all it was.
no. It was Karrion Kross killing Madcap Moss, who I really do enjoy watching.
Shit like that gets Vinnie Mac excited.
And then
Gets him wanting to pay someone else $3 million.
I'm gonna read everything that this says real quick about what happened, and we can go into the Uncle Howdy thing. Bray Wyatt is excellent on the mic. Give him the live mic and really do wonders. Bray Wyatt came down to the ring, and the fans are chanting "Welcome back," even though 3 weeks he's been back.
They want to be appreciative, fucker. Let him appreciate Bray Wyatt.
Instead, I'm reading the thing.
I appreciate the hell out of him.
Prepared, okay? Wyatt went into this thing how he's going to do spectacular stuff, that he's there to do what he wants to do when he's going to do,
He's there to do horrible things.
and people are saying that he was looking at his wrist, that he didn't know what he was saying. I don't think that's the case. I feel like they're letting him go out without a script, maybe, and he just has some time that he has to think about what he's going to say or do. And then we got introduced to Uncle Howdy, who either killed somebody and has a tear tattoo on his face, or something's not okay with Uncle Howdy. Because if you look, the close-up to the mask had a tear going down the left side of the face. I don't know what... This is the only thing that Bray Wyatt has done that has completely confused me.
Well, he is talking about someone who killed the world, right? Or killed the world or sold the world. I can't remember. Motherfuckers get that teardrop tattoo when they off somebody in the gangs. Motherfucker off the world got that little teardrop tattoo. That's his kill. That's his one KIA. It's his one confirmed kill.
Bro, wait. Hear me out. Really fast headcanon. Uncle Howdy, who showed up tonight, is Randy Orton.
He did burn down the,
Exactly.
But if we're going by tattoos, like if that's an actual tattoo, I can't remember. I saw the promo once, like hours ago, so I don't know if it was a tattoo or it was something on the mask. If there was a teardrop tattoo, then that limits.
Kane's eyes, though. If you notice that too, he had Kane's. Kane's the only one that's ever had the light contact in the right eye, brown eye on the left. It's only ever been Kane.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, if there's a teardrop tattoo, like, that narrows it down to very select few people. Which I can't think any off the top. Undertaker doesn't have a teardrop tattoo.
Not anymore. Do you not remember the short time period where he had it?
He never did. He never did.
He had a teardrop tattoo painted on his face. Hang on.
You're just interested in having it painted and getting an actual tattoo.
But there was a time where Undertaker had a teardrop on his face. It was a legit thing. It was odd. It was weird. No one really.
It would have been cool if they worked that into an angle of like every Buried Alive match he won, or like every casket match.
There it is.
Oh, you're talking about old. You're talking about like Ministry Undertaker.
Hey, we don't know what Uncle Howdy is.
I don't know, and they're also showing that mask, that white mask, a lot more, which feeds into the. This is a very, very far stretch, but for you DC fans, you know who pretty sure the Court of Owls, who they are. They have very similar masks to that one, and who else? But I'm pretty sure Vincent is his name from Impact is posting stuff about owls on his Instagram. So it all kind of comes. They've got a lot of working pieces here that still need to be filled.
This is terrifying. This is gonna be in my nightmares.
As far as the voice goes, it sounded like Bray. So
Well, if
I don't.
saw the Fiend popped up during promo.
Well, yeah, because he was talking about all the masks and stuff that he's worn. So
No matter what, it's gonna be intriguing. It's gonna be a carryover. It's gonna be great.
They very.
What happens with it.
This is as close to do no wrong as possible for WWE. They can almost do no wrong here. But if anyone was to do something wrong, it would be them. But it's also being led by Hunter, so fingers crossed.
While we're on WWE, can I do a quick announcement that I just found? Last episode, we went over the Cole Anderson and everything. And I got a notification, and I was going through. Cole Anderson and Doc Gallows released a video about how NJPW didn't go through the right stuff. NJPW has made an announcement back to Carl Anderson and them, and it is as follows. Thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling. Early morning Japan time on October 20th. Never Openweight Champion Carl Anderson posted a video on social media indicating that he would not be making his advertised commitment on November 5th in Osaka. New Japan had announced Anderson's match with Hikuleo for the Never Openweight Championship on October 4th, despite comments from Doc Gallows to the contrary. In Anderson's video, the booking was made through the appropriate channels and with Anderson's expressed approval. However, After the match's announcement, both Gallows and Anderson would appear on the October 10th edition of WWE's Monday Night Raw broadcast. This led to WWE announcing a match featuring both men for the Saudi Arabia event on November 5th. In direct conflict with Anderson's prior commitment, New Japan has for the past several days attempted to negotiate with Anderson, but has not been met with a response. Should Anderson decide to renege on his scheduled championship match, he will be required to vacate the never openweight championship and return the title belt to New Japan immediately. New Japan Pro Wrestling holds its champions to the highest standards of professionalism and sincerely apologizes to fans for any disappointment or inconvenience caused by this matter. So as of right now, there is no confirmation that he will be stripped of the belt. Same time, we
have no clue.
run into an issue of, is this still a shoot, or is this actual, hey, we messed up, and now...
I don't know. I think that honestly just remains to be seen at this point. I think it'll be more than likely that Anderson doesn't show up and he just lets them take his title and he just says fuck it, to be completely honest. But also backing off that, Cliff just sent something in our group chat and it's about the cross earring. So Bo Dallas I'm pretty sure he has signed a contract with WWE from everything I've read. It's seeming very, very likely. And Bo Dallas wore a cross earring on his left ear a lot. And apparently Uncle Howdy was wearing a cross earring in his left ear during the entire promo. So Bo Dallas was supposed to play some part of this this comeback type of pretty much the White Six. And my guess is that if they can't get everyone for the White Six that they want to, they might just have him be Uncle Howdy and scrap the entire Six idea. But that remains to be seen. It's still all up in the air to see if they can get those returns or not. But as far as WWE goes, anything else we want to talk about? Eli, anything else you want to elaborate further on?
That was the last thing I had a notification on, so I think we're done.
Well, if we are done with WWE, we can move on to AEW. Cliff, wake your ass up. I know Eli put you to sleep, but you got to wake up and you got to do your part of the show, buddy.
Alrighty. Because
Eli giving me the one finger salute.
Enjoyed how Dynamite ended much more than Rampage. We're going to get Rampage out of the way first.
Which is going first? You lagged a little bit.
Rampage will be going first.
Gotcha.
Because the Dynamite ending was much more interesting. So compared to Rampages of the past, where, we've gotten like Mask versus Career and shit like that, this was a very simple Rampage, 1 hour, and that was it. We had 3 matches on the card. It was the Jericho Appreciation Society's Matt Menard versus John Moxley, Madison Rayne versus Tay Mello, and a match for the TNT title, Wardlow versus Matt Tavern of the Kingdom. To put it out there, very simply, Mox and Matt had a pretty okay match. Mox won via the tap. Tay Mello and Madison Rayne, anytime you have Tay Mello, Sammy Guevara is going to be there, and it's just going to be slummy as shit. So, Tay Mello goes over Madison Rayne. And with the final match of the evening, it was Wardlow versus the Kingdom's Matt Tavern, which honestly was a very good match. I actually was able to catch some of it at work tonight on some of the TVs, and it was actually pretty good. And then at the very end, we got, rather than just calling them the Goobers, like you did last week, Austin, I'm going to call them their real name, the Embassy. The Embassy.
Oh,
came
so you
out,
mean the Goobers?
No, the Embassy came out and actually stood tall over Warjo to end the show. It was very weird to see, the bad guys winning at the end of the show. But that was it for Rampage. Like,
Well,
it was
everyone
actually
loves a movie every once in a while where the villain ends up winning.
it was
Kind of a breath of
actually
fresh air from Rampage.
pretty normal Rampage. There was nothing crazy, nothing out of left field. It was a solid show, good wrestling, good TV.
And then you look at...
Because I was in charge of AEW this week.
And then you look at Dynamite, and you got MJF talking about gargling piss
Yeah, that happened.
with John Moxley's wife standing right there. I saw a comment. If you close your eyes and listen to him say "gargle your piss," sounds exactly like Chris Jericho, and I haven't been able to hear it the same since because it sounds exactly like Chris Jericho when he goes, "I'm gonna gargle your piss." Sounds exactly like Chris Jericho.
Why did you have to curse me like that? And all our listeners. Because, Chris Jericho is definitely one of the 14 listeners we have now.
We're up to like almost 50 plays. We're over 20
Wow.
listeners now. 20 individual listeners. That is
Wow.
crazy. Impressive. Anyway, continue. I've cut you off enough. I've cut you both off enough. We're doing this to give you guys more voices, and I keep cutting you off. Just
Exactly. Thanks.
take... Oh, be quiet. You act like I wasn't filling the silence of you trying to read and process. I did you a favor. You should be thanking me.
This is what gaslighting is. Anyway, we're going to jump into the Dynamite
Healthy
results.
relationship.
We had the ROH World Champion Chris Jericho and Daniel Garcia face off against the Swiss Cyborg Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. And honestly, it was really nice to see Wheeler Yuta, fight with an actual edge at this time. It was really nice to see. Not edge like the other wrestler with an actual he actually had a grit to him this time. It was actually really good to see.
Grit? The Grit couple? Edge and Beth Phoenix?
Oh my god. And then from that point on, we had some more promos, to which it then led to FTR versus Swerve in Our Glory in a number one contenders match, to which Swerve in Our Glory won due to interference from the Gun Club, and I'm very upset with that finish. From there, we jump to the MGF promo, which was very good because it set up him and Stokely butting heads, which comes to fruition at the end of the show.
Can I get that word again?
Fruition.
No, the cumulate one.
I let you slide with MGF. You ain't sliding with
MJF.
I'm a
Okay.
big fan of cumulate. What does that mean?
Accumulate.
Thank you.
That's the word. Listen, man, I've been up since 7 a.m. It's like
Hey.
3 a.m.
Rhea Ripley can cumulate on me, bro.
all day.
All day, every day. Banger after banger after banger with Rhea Ripley and I.
Which MJF finished the promo saying that he wanted to face a fully healthy Moxley, which is a angle I love to see, and I don't think I see it enough to where they want to fight their opponents at full strength and shit, which came out of the very scary Hangman situation because they had to fill the time somehow. Then after that, we got more wrestling on our wrestling show as Bryan Danielson wrestled Sammy Guevara, and in the end, it was the correct finish as Sammy went to sleep, as he should be, every Wednesday, off my screen.
Fuck Sammy Guevara.
I agree. We also saw the return of in-ring return of Riho this week. It was very nice to see her back, doing really well in the ring.
Best women's champion
And then after that, we had the main event of Moxley versus Penta El Zero Miedo, which, let's be honest,
Cero
That was a
Miedo.
weird in-sync moment between me and Austin right there.
it was no build, but still one of the best stories, which goes to just how good of a wrestler I think Penta is.
Bro, Penta does not get the recognition he deserves, bro.
Austin
I-
plug Lucha Underground.
I will go to bat for Penta every single day of the week. Just like I didn't even know him before Lucha Underground. And now like he's out here doing God's work in AEW. He's putting over people. Him and Ray Phoenix were like integral to building that fucking tag division. So I mean, they both don't get enough credit in my eyes. Because Penta's not even a high flyer. He's not even a high flyer. He's not even the traditional lucha fucking luchador, bro. He's a very good hybrid of them both. He's a good character. He doesn't... He barely talks on the mic, but he doesn't fucking need to. Because he goes in there, he breaks arms, he goes home. That's his entire shtick, and it fucking works. It has worked. Give Penta more fucking respect. Cero miedo, baby.
I also would like to point out really fast that he is a living fucking legend in Mexico, and he is not getting that respect. Like,
because he got the other mask, didn't he?
Yeah, he took the masks of this entire wrestling family. He got the last one, I think, like 3 weeks ago.
It wasn't that long ago, because I remember sending it to you guys. Because his mask was like completely ripped off, and it was very fucking bloody.
And, yeah. To take an entire family's masks.
It started with a G,
happen.
didn't it? The family?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but he is a fucking legend, and I need him to hold that AEW title at some point. I need him to hold the big title. However, he does not get it tonight, as Mox hits him with not only the paradigm shift, but the Death Rider, and is enough to fully pin Penta. To which, after that, Morrissey and the Firm hit the ring, ambush Moxley, and we get a nice view backstage where they actually locked the Blackpool Combat Club in their dressing room. He's like, why aren't they out here? It's like, oh, they actually covered their base on this. Wow. To which then MJF comes out, fires all of the Firm on the spot, to which they then, beat his ass and slam him through the table. And it turns out that they have MJF in a do no wrong spot. They can either face him, or they could, keep having him be heel MJF like he is.
I cannot find this family's name anywhere.
Give me a second, I know where to look.
Either way, yeah, Penta definitely... I think he gets kind of slept on. Because, I watched a video, and this dude, Marky D123 on YouTube, I love him, goes through, watches a bunch of stuff, watches specific runs of people, and he watched his Penta in Impact, and you could tell Penta was just phoning it in. Like that what? Huh?
Verlano 4 is the guy he beat on October 15th.
Well, it doesn't give us the family's name.
Well, I don't know the family's name. I was just finally finding your guy's name. Now you know what to look up. Dickhead.
Well, regardless, you could tell Penta was phoning it in. Which, if you get Penta most of the time, he's not phoning that shit in. He's going out there and getting that shit done. Which, fucking love Penta, bro. Penta's so good. I also do that Cero Miedo thing way too much.
It's the Mendoza family.
That sounds right.
The Mendoza family masks. He now has all of them.
There's no way.
Yes.
That's why he's such a big deal. That's why he's considered a god down in Mexico. Eli, you got something to say, or you're just going to look baffled? Alright, are you going to say something now as soon as I try to talk?
No, you're good.
Okay. Anything else on AEW, Cliff? Anything else you want to talk about?
I would like to bring up that it is very interesting to see all the characters continue to play out. And I would also like to put out there that I need more Hook, Danhausen, and Abaddon on my screen.
We get the amount of Abaddon we get is equal to the amount of bitches I get, which is 0. You can't tell me that wasn't funny. You cannot tell me that wasn't funny. Cliff's out here dying, had to mute his mic. But I mean, I'm telling the truth. I ain't lying about Abaddon. I get bitches. I pull on a good day.
On a good day. So no day.
Hey. When a buddy wants to get it done, he gets it done. Shooters shoot and baggers bag, baby. I get it done when I want to.
How many holes do you got in your bag?
None. I get it done when I want to get it done. I step up. I'm clutch. I'm prime time, baby. Just like Abaddon needs to be in prime time TV. She needs to be in that prime time slot, fighting for that AEW Women's Championship. Just like Hook and Danhausen should be fighting for that Tag Team Championship. Just like we need to see more Hook. We need to see more Danhausen. If they're together or not, we just need to see more of them. Cliff, anything else on AEW before we move on to our mystery show of the week? Even though I don't think it's a mystery, I'm pretty sure I said it earlier.
I mean, you did announce that you would be covering the Rumble on 44th, which is
because I
Indy.
I said Indy when it was supposed to be in New York. Yeah. Anything else on AEW before you fucking bully me? I've already gotten bullied enough tonight the way it is. But moving on to the really user's pick here. So next week it'll be, I think, Cliff's turn for, because we're going down the, because I'll cover WWE next week. You'll cover the mystery show, and Eli will cover AEW. That's how we'll do it. We'll go from top to bottom per se. So I'm starting off in the bottom with the Rumble on 44th Street that was held in. Are you gonna make a Rhea Ripley joke?
God damn it!
Because I said bottom. Go ahead, say it.
It's like, well, since you're already volunteering to be at the bottom of the list, I guess since you have the experience of being there, right?
I wish I had the experience of being Rhea Ripley's bottom, but. Moving on to our C slot, pretty much. Rumble on 44th Street was in New York City this year. Started out with Kylie Ray and Tiara James. And if I butcher any of these names, I apologize. They're Japanese names. Most Japanese experience I have was a foreign exchange student in elementary school in anime. So bear with me here. And Tiara James defeat Waka Tsukiyama and Mia, oh my god, I wrote this small as possible. Mina Shirata, pretty sure that's what it is. Shirakawa. I couldn't tell if that was a K or a T.
She is a Stardom wrestler.
Yep, completely my fault. Yep. SHO and Yujiro Takahashi. Yeah, it was literally written down SHO. You act like I know what that means, bro. Well, how about Yo? Is that how that is? YOH? Yo? Okay. Yo and Rocky Romeo, Takahashi and Sho beat Yo and Rocky Romeo. The Strong Openweight Tag titles. I do believe this was the... What? What are you guys looking at me like that for? Who's died? What did I say? What did I say?
Rocky
that was so...
Romero.
What did I say instead of that? Romeo? Hey, bro, that would make one hell of a name. Anyway, the Strong Openweight Tag titles. I know how to say this team's name. The Motor City Machine Guns won. They beat the Aussie Open and some other team in a triple threat. So they are now your Strong Openweight Tag Champions. Moving on to the Strong Openweight title. Yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds. For some reason, I love that. I don't know why, but I just love that gimmick. It makes absolutely no sense to me, but like I just love pointing at people, like putting my hand out there and pointing at my hand. I don't know why, it makes me feel like some sense of power. Just don't bite the hand that feeds. But anyway, moving on to the strong open weight title, Fred Rosser, who was one time a part of the Primetime Players for you WWE fans, defeated indie darling Jonathan Gresham. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Fred Rosser's openly gay as well, isn't he?
Yes.
I was about to say, I thought he was. Couldn't remember. Not that it's that important. I was just pulling something out of my head. But Shota Umino, Wheeler Yuta, and Homicide defeated Team Filthy. Minoru Suzuki, I know how to say that one, beat Clark Connors. The SWA Championship. Oh my god, I wrote this terribly. Mayu Iwatani. I was getting there. Hey, alright, don't be a parent trying to get in my way, alright? Let me, I am a grown man, alright? You can let me fail and then correct my mistake, okay? They beat Kylan King, and then, hold on. Bro, I wrote this terribly. I'll show you guys. Literally, I scribbled this down, and it's one on top of the other, so I'm trying to decipher this shit. Shingo... You probably do. My handwriting's terrible. Shingo Takagi defeated El Phantasmo in a New York City street fight, for the King of Pro Wrestling 2022 trophy. So they wrapped up that tournament. And in the main event, you had Jay White and Juice Robinson beating Okada and Eddie Kingston. And that's the entire event. One of their bigger cards for the year, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Minus like the climax and all that. And
I think it's third, G1 Climax and Wrestle.
And Wrestle Kingdom. You were holding your hand up.
It's not a tournament.
You told me it was a tournament.
I said they had a tournament, and now it's a random championship that they have random matches for. There's been a dog kennel match. There was I think, a pillow fight.
Let's go! This is 2022 we're talking about. This isn't WCW back in the 90s.
A sumo match. A no turnbuckle pad match. It's a lot of just random matches. They had a tournament. It's led into this. It's been fun to watch sometimes. Sometimes it's been...
See? Now, hear me out. CZW. Winner of Tournament Death every year gets the trophy, and they take that and they defend it in New Japan, but like as this. So like they're automatically gifted like the King of Pro Wrestling trophy or title once they win the Tournament of Death, and they take it over there and they defend it in these weird ass matches. Little CZW and New Japan crossover. Get me Masada. And fucking in JPW.
Give me Ken Shamrock and Suzuki.
Either of you even know who Masada is? I don't even know if he's wrestling anymore. He was a very prominent deathmatch wrestler.
Was he one of the guys that used to fight with, I forget what they are. I always thought they were pieces of straw and hay. Or maybe like bamboo sticks that they would jam into each other's heads.
Oh, you're talking about the thing that they jam in there and it flowers out? I mean, I've seen him do damn near everything. Masada's like, when I think of deathmatch wrestling, he's like the first name that pops up. Well, besides like Sabu and like all the mainstream deathmatch wrestlers, like Masada's kind of like the other one. Bro, Sabu's theme goes absolutely crazy. I love Sabu's theme. But as far as NJPW goes, Motor City Machine Guns winning that tag title is kind of crazy. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, you have Okada losing, but he didn't eat the pin. Kingston did. So I mean, it trades off.
So in NJPW terms, that means he didn't lose. That's how.
Yeah,
they'll
pretty
book it.
much. So I mean, yeah, Jay White and Juice Robinson going over makes 1,000% sense.
It makes sense, and there's also I'm a heavy New Japan fan, so I'm gonna make a quick comment here about Okada. The thing with the G1 is you get the right to fight the champion at the Tokyo Dome. Okada, and typically in the past they put the right to fight up on the line against competitors. It's what they always do. Okada has said he will not defend the right to fight.
Now, in the Tokyo Dome, would that be for Wrestle Kingdom, I'm assuming?
Yes. So
Okay.
Okada is trying to make sure he gets his shot at the Tokyo Dome. So him losing here tonight could potentially build up to either him losing his right to fight and it going into something else with other competitors, or he is going to be forced to put his right to fight on the line. So him
Also,
losing
something I
could
want to
build
talk.
into something.
Something I want to talk about too is that there's also growing talks. I should talk about this with WWE. There's also growing talks of Theory losing his briefcase and someone else getting the briefcase, kind of like old Edge did to Anderson. I saw a name, and I forget what name it was, but I remember reading it. This was like earlier in the week. I've had a shit ton of stuff happen. I can't remember. But I do remember that there's been some talks of someone like beating Theory and taking the briefcase. Which it would be an easy cop out.
Bro, could you imagine it on Owens though?
I can't remember who it was. But as far as NJPW goes, I personally don't have anything else. I would just like to say it would be absolutely crazy to be able to go to Wrestle Kingdom one day. Like, go over to Japan, go over to the Tokyo Dome, and, like, see Wrestle Kingdom. That'd be absolutely crazy. That's kind of like one of those, like, bucket list dream things. Eli, do you got something over there? You got quite the aghast look on your face.
Okay, so I'm looking at the possible people that keep popping up. Bobby Lashley has popped up as a potential. Losing Austin Theory, losing the briefcase. Johnny Gargano has also been.
I was about to say, is Gargano one of them? Because I think that's the name I saw pop up.
Dolph Ziggler is the third name I'm finding on this.
It should have been me.
It should have been me!
That's the only three I'm finding with it, which all three of those are good choices.
I would much rather... My choices go Ziggler, Gargano, Lashley. Ziggler's too damn good for too damn long and too damn consistent to not have more world titles. Absolute fucking shame. I love Dolph Ziggler. He does great work every time he gets in there. Where has he been? Is there any explanation to where he's been? Because he got beat for the NXT title and just kind of disappeared.
Well, Bobby Roode and him were the tag team of the Dirty Dogs. Bobby Roode got injured.
Well, yeah. Well, that would have been the perfect time to break him away and give him a fucking solo run and bring back glorious Robert Roode.
There's no real way of sticking him back in there now.
What the fuck do you mean?
They've
done it with 30,000 other people. Why can't they do it with Dolph Ziggler or Bobby Roode?
Ziggler is one of those guys that if you're trying to put him in the world title picture, you have to book him correctly. And they can do it easily. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making excuses for them. My thing is, at this point, I can't see a way that they just shove him into a title picture or a Money in the Bank win. Maybe building
Easy
it up.
way. Have him come back, beat the shit out of Karrion Kross. Have him not face Karrion Kross anymore. Have him go to the other brand, and he's already got that fucking head of steam. And then from there, carry the fucking momentum. Have him beat like Bobby Lashley or something. But if they're gonna have, Yeah, I mean, there's 1,000 ways to do it, but if they're going to have Theory cash in the Money in the Bank on the NXT title, then there's no fucking point. Which they're teasing for whatever reason. But bridging on to our kind of post-show notes, general wrestling rumors, we have AEW planning to buy out CM Punk's contract so they don't have to fucking deal with him anymore. And then you had Triple H saying that if there's desire on both sides, they will try to get a deal done to get Punk back. Which is absolutely crazy to fucking think about. Because he said in an interview, because I remember watching this, he said, whoever calls, I'm going to pick up the phone and hear them out. And he specifically, I'm almost positive he specifically mentioned Punk. And said if there's a desire on both sides and we can come to an agreement, we could probably make something happen. But also dealing with Punk, apparently his dog got hurt in the scuffle at the brawl out. We talked about it in our first episode, and the crawl out through the fallout of All Out, or crawl out to the All Out Fallout. Then the other one is also has to do with fucking CM Punk, and apparently Jericho called him a cancer to the locker room after the brawl out. So big news leak for Punk here. And then you had that little package on AEW as well that kind of showed the Elite fading away. So there's a bunch of speculation about that.
Yeah, I was going to wait until we got to this point to bring it up, because the biggest thing that's come out of it is that when AEW put it on their YouTube channel, the only hint we got to what it means is they titled it, What If?
And this is something I actually talked about with Justin at the esports thing, is that they're talking about making a weekly ROH show. So what if they completely pivot to ROH instead of AEW? It could happen.
The only way I would enjoy seeing that happen is if we get Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly on ROH. They don't have to bring in Bobby Fish. They can if they want. I don't care.
Well, what I'm saying is they would just completely change the name. They wouldn't change anything about it. They just changed to the ROH banner and completely get rid of AEW. I don't think that'll happen, but it's a possibility. Because the Elites caused them nothing but troubles here as of late. With Hangman Adam Page getting a concussion and the fucking brawl out. And CM Punk, who was entangled with the Elite. And then Cody's not there anymore. So they could just be trying to pivot away.
What if we're building to
An invasion type of angle?
no the Chris Jericho and the JAS and the BCC? What if we're building to a world title versus world title match? What if we get Chris Jericho, ROH champion, John Moxley, AEW
Or MJF.
winner takes ROH wins, it becomes ROH. AEW
So, yeah, like I said, kind of like an invasion angle. Because they could have Warjo come out and be a part of the ROH crowd. I mean, who knows? It's still a lot of speculation right now. But it very easily could be something like that.
I don't know if I'm for it or against it.
I don't know. Invasion angles will either work really well, circa NXT rating SmackDown and then Raw rating SmackDown and then SmackDown rating both of them back, or really bad, circa like 2001, where Stone Cold was a bad guy and was with ECW or WCW for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So it can go either way. We'll just have to wait and see. If we have no clue what the fuck's going to happen there. Anybody else got any rumors? Any hot button topics?
hot button
In the
does it
wo-
have to be WWE or wrestling?
In the world of wrestling,
Nothing.
we'll move on to that. If no one else has got it, then we'll move on to that. What's your little bit of sports?
The Colts. The Colts have put themselves in a predicament where Matt Ryan's out. He's injured. Also, he has I think he has 2 separations in his shoulder. I think is what I read on it.
You got Sam Elling in there, and then QB1, baby. Bro's been waiting years for this.
Sam is QB1 finally. If they still lose, do we see Frank Reich gone?
Frank Reich's gone after this year anyway. I'll be surprised if he makes it to the end of the year if they keep losing.
And are we seeing the end of Matt Ryan?
I mean, Indy is synonymous with the death of one of many QB career. So, I mean, this is where quarterbacks come to die. So, I mean, they said that they were going to get 2 years out of him. We'll be fucking lucky.
I would also
And
like
so
to
that...
point out- sorry, go.
No, you can go ahead. I was going to be like, so that opens the door for another quarterback to come in next year if Sam Ellinger isn't the prodigy that we think he is, which that could be Marcus Mariota, that could be fucking Jimmy G, that could be Lord knows who.
Brady.
I've thrown around that Tom Brady idea a few times just for fun. Because it could happen because he's not doing too hot down there in Tampa, so... Aaron Rodgers won't come here. Well, I mean, he could, I guess. Things aren't going very well in Green Bay either.
I was looking at the NFL standings today. If the playoffs started, you want to know do you know who the 2 top seeds in the AFC are?
AFC or NFC?
AFC.
Are you going with the Jets and Giants?
Giants aren't in the NFC, idiot.
Oh,
The Jets are number.
You work at a
6.
sports bar, bro.
I've been awake for 18 hours.
It is.
The Giants and the Eagles should be the 1 and 2 in the NFC.
Nope.
I said NFC, not AFC.
Nope. Giants are not number 2.
Oh,
The
how? They're
AFC
6 and 1.
Are the Bills and the Chiefs, and
The
NFC
Chiefs.
is the Eagles and the Vikings.
Bro, fuck the Vikings.
The Vikings
Hate the Vikings.
are number 2.
Skull, baby.
I fucking hate the
We
Vikings.
could see a Super Bowl with the Chiefs versus the Eagles, or the Chiefs against the Vikings, or the
The
Bills
Vikings-
against the Eagles and the Bills.
The Vikings will fucking choke. The Eagles are bound to implode. I think when it comes down to it, the AFC Championship game will be the Chiefs and Bills once again. We'll see that again. And the NFC, I don't fucking know. The NFC is so fucking crazy and stupid right now. For all we know, the Giants could make a miraculous playoff run and fucking make it off the back of Danny Dimes. Like, the NFC is so fucking crazy. The Rams aren't good this year. Stafford's having one of his down years, so in turn the Rams are having a down year.
Number 7.
San Fran got CMC, so they're going to at least make the playoffs. They'll probably make a deep run, probably NFC Championship. Cardinals aren't that good. You got toddler Kyler Murray back there trying to play the newest COD game and not watching film, and Kingsbury's on his way out. You got Geno Smith, who somehow is rocking the world up there in fucking Seattle, and that's just the NFC West. I haven't even talked about the NFC South, or the NFC East, or the NFC North, with the Green Bay Packers fucking imploding, as well as the Lions having a shitty year as always when they're so optimistic and hopeful. Dan Campbell's probably done after this year. And then you got the Bears, who are always mediocre as shit. So that leaves just the Vikings out of that. And then the NFC South, you've got Tampa Bay, who's 3-5. Tom Brady's decrepit ass trying to lead that offense. You've got the Saints and the Falcons. Falcons are doing fucking good for the team that they have. Saints are a little bit lackluster. They got Andy Dalton back there starting once again. And you throw the
AFC and NFC, man.
No, I'm not. Every team I've said so far is in the NFC.
Oh, I thought you went up to the AFC for a second there.
No. Because I was talking about how crazy the NFC is. And you got the fucking Panthers down there who got Baker, and now Baker's hurt. Now they got P.J. Walker down there throwing dimes.
The NFC standings are as follows. Philadelphia, Minnesota, Seattle, Atlanta, New York Giants, Dallas, and the Rams.
See, that's so stupid. None of those teams belong to be there.
AFC is Buffalo, Kansas, Tennessee, Baltimore, Jets, Miami, and the Chargers, who are tied with the Cincinnati Bengals.
That the Bills are going to the Super Bowl this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is their year. The Chiefs aren't as strong as they have been. They lost to the fucking Colts, for God's sake. So this is Josh Allen's year. I like the Bills. I'm not necessarily a Bills fan. I'm not gonna say I'm part of Bills Mafia, but I do like the Bills, and this is their year. Like I don't see any other team in the AFC besides the Chiefs possibly beating them in that playoff scenario.
There are 5 teams currently in the playoff picture who have never won a Super Bowl.
I mean, that doesn't fucking surprise me. It makes no sense. Dumb NFL season. Not as crazy as the fucking Phillies making it to the World Series and they're up 1-0 in the series. That makes no fucking sense. Fucking Bryce Harper put that team on his back and carried them.
Shut up.
You want to talk about a team peaking at the right time? Look at the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, no
They
shit.
are peaking at the
they-
right time.
They were the last seed in the NL. And they fucking made it. They were the 7th seed, I believe. Which there's 7 teams in the playoff. So, fucking Phillies, bro. I had them winning that first round and then losing in the second round. I thought they'd get the upset and then bow out. But god damn it, Bryce Harper.
I had Phillies, Yankees.
You don't get me fucking started on the goddamn Yankees. Now we're probably going to lose Aaron Judge because of that. Because fucks were booing him off the field. God damn it. Fuck. And then, only a little bit of actual sports I got is UFC 280. Oh my god. You know what we completely forgot? This day in pro wrestling history. Can't believe we glossed right over that. Quick rundown of bro, it's late. It's literally 4:30 in the morning
Oh my
as we're
gosh.
recording this.
I forgot.
So, in 1985, on October 29th. Hold on. Is this the right one? Okay, yeah, it is. 1988. My apologies. Well, 1985, Dusty Rhodes delivered the iconic Hard Times promo right before he was going up against Ric Flair. I glossed over that when I was looking through this earlier. Legendary promo by the American Dream. 1988 in Nolens, Louisiana, the Road Warriors defeated the Midnight Express to win the NWA World Tag Team Championship. 1995, WCW Halloween Havoc took place at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. You had Zodiac, who was Brutus Beefcake, taking on Randy Savage. A female fan jumped into the ring, tried to attack Savage, and then was ejected. The main event featured the in-ring debut of the Giant, which is Paul White, the Big Show, whatever you want to call him, against Hulk Hogan. And that was the second time that match happened, because earlier in the old pay-per-view, there was the infamous Monster Truck Sumo match, which ended with...
Does a Big Show get like thrown off the ceiling?
He literally gets thrown off the roof of whatever building they were at. And he showed up to... Yes, he showed up later to face Hulk Hogan. And then in 2000, and what would be voted by Wrestling Observer newsletter readers as the worst major show of 2000, the 12th and final WCW Halloween Havoc was held at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. One of the matches saw Jeff Jarrett pin Sting. This was in the kind of starting of the era of the Jeff Jarrett fucking beating everyone. And also on that card, you had Buff Bagwell. He faced David Flair in a First Blood DNA match to see who the father of Stacy Keibler's unborn child was. And it was won by Bagwell. And then after the match, Lex Luger attacked Buff Bagwell, causing him to also bleed, which allowed Flair to steal a DNA sample from Buff Bagwell. And then on this day in 2007, on Monday Night Raw, Kelly Kelly won a 10-woman Halloween Battle Royal. And then later, Hornswoggle beat Jonathan Coachman with Mick Foley as the special guest referee. And then the main event of that was Triple H lost in a handicap match to the team of Randy Orton and Umaga after interference from Shawn Michaels. Two more things here. Going to try to rattle them off real quick. 2018, on Chris Jericho's cruise, the Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea, you had a 6-man tag match. It was dubbed the Bullet Club versus Alpha Club. And the match you had Cody, Marty Scurll, and Kenny Omega, who was the Bullet Club. They beat Chris Jericho and the Young Bucks, who were at that time known as the Alpha Club. Rounding off the memorable events and moments of October 29th. In 2020, on NXT UK, Walter successfully defended the NXT UK World Title against, I always butcher his first name, Ilya Dragunov, in a match that went over 25 minutes. And also, on this day, Paul Orndorff was born.
He's not as good as Stan Hansen.
It's a very busy day in professional wrestling history.
It was. But going back to UFC 280, Sugar Sean's a bitch. Charles Oliveira lost. TJ Dillashaw lost as well. That's pretty much it. Fuck the Sugar Show. Bro's a bomb. I could take him. Throw he and I in an octagon and I'm taking home that quick money.
It's in a
But I mean,
contest and losing.
huh? Says you? Says you?
Says me.
You're the one telling me about a literacy contest?
Just because I'm slow to read does not mean I can't.
Isn't that what literacy is? Is that not what literacy is?
Read doesn't mean I can't read.
It means you're illiterate. Need that good old RCHS education.
Oh yeah, thanks for that name drop.
Bro, like anyone here is actually going to go search that.
Actually, there's like 17 RCHSs in the United States. Good luck. Yeah.
Because there's one in Ohio, there's one in New York, there's one in Illinois.
Has my review on it.
Well, that's your fault for giving the high school review on Google. That's literally, you dug yourself that hole. But I mean, I don't have anything else. We actually went through everything. We talked before the show, and with us switching the show around, we figured it would either cut our time down a lot or make us go a lot longer. And seeing as Cliff is pretty much passing out over there on his futon, we went a lot longer than normal, which is fine. Sometimes you gotta have the long episodes. But I think we gotta start wrapping it up here. I don't have anything else to say. And that's rare for me.
Final words? Final words?
I think we might be ready for final words. I think it might be final words time.
Final words. Wow.
No. Actually, hold on. I got something new I want to start. Just thought of this right now.
What?
Your guys' wrestling theme of the week. We all love wrestling themes. Eli, give me your wrestling theme of the week.
Line in the sand.
By the Evolution theme song? Solid pick. Cliff, what is your pro wrestling theme song of the week?
I'm taking the Dudley Boys ECW theme.
Okay. I'm going to take Steve Blackman's theme song. Lethal Weapon. It's called Drums in the Night, I'm pretty sure. Just search Steve Blackman theme song. That shit goes crazy. Have you heard it?
Yes.
Shit goes...
That was a few episodes ago. Nice call.
Did we actually talk about that?
Yes. You sang
Bro, I
it.
didn't even do that on purpose. I did not even do that on purpose. Well, should I pick another one then? I just picked Sabu's, because that's the other one on my mind. The genocidal, homicidal, suicidal maniac. But let's wrap it up here. Let's not keep them any longer if they have listened this far. Jesus Christ, I pity the soul who has listened this long. But, Eli, final words.
NXT is dead. It's dead. There's nothing to save it. It died. It died in 2021. It was brought in with Finn Balor and Sami Zayn and all of them, and they're all gone to the main roster and not even a part of the company anymore, the original NXT. The guys that came in after are released or back on the main roster, and they're trying their best with the new guys, but it's dead. It's dead. Oh, it's picking up the dead corpse and making it dance. It's dead. It doesn't work. It's not supposed to be dancing. Just let it die.
We need to wrap this up. Cliff's over there snoring into the mic.
Stan Hansen's the
I'm
best.
breathing, I'm sorry.
No, bro,
See?
you
Yeah.
were damn near snoring. There's a difference between his breathing into the mic and your breathing into the mic.
Stan Hansen's the best.
Big difference. Huge difference. Stan Hansen is the best. Cliff, any final words?
I'll say it this week. Take care of yourselves. You know, if you're not feeling oozy, just, you know, take a step back and, you know, reevaluate what's making you not feel oozy. So that way you can get to your prime oozy. And, you know, sometimes it may take you a couple of years. I know for me it'll take me about 2 years before I'm feeling oozy again.
What year would that be?
2024.
The wildest year of all pro wrestling, as Cliff has stated numerous times. Literally stole my fucking words. That would literally be like if Eli was up here. And I was like, actually, before you say your final words, I just want to say Stan Hansen's the best wrestler of all time. That's exactly what you just did to me. So I have nothing to fucking say. What a meme it would be if I just ended the episode. But I'm still going to go on my little tangent since I'm the host. I curate all this. This doesn't happen without me. This is my show. So I have the right to talk. Also, I completely forgot to fucking plug it. Go like the Facebook page. We have the Facebook page, completely forgot to plug it.
we have, not only do we have the Facebook page, but it's also a way to finally interact.
Yeah.
They haven't had a way to talk to us yet.
Yeah, no shit. I'll put that in the little description of the episode. Completely forgot to fucking plug it. It's just Ace in the Hole. Jesus Christ. What an episode this was. Absolute off the rails fucking bullshit bonkers kooky episode.
By God, it's a slobber knocker.
This was one hell of a show. But closing out here, what I always say, Cliff stole it, but I'm going to say it again. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to one another. I'm pretty sure I've said these quotes 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to make it another week in a row. The Rocks once said, it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. So make sure you're always kind to one another. You don't know what anyone else is going through. And heard this in the Manti Te'o Untold. You want to be a man of worth, not success. Don't be a man of success, be a man of worth. So always make sure you're doing the right thing, no matter who else is doing anything around you. Eli's going to cut in here and say some dumbass shit.
I just want to say that, just remember, we always got you covered, because we're your ace in the hole.
No shot. There is no fucking shot. There is no way. I gotta come up with another catchphrase on the fly now, because I can't have him stealing my shit like that. There is no fucking way. Is that what you were listening to on your phone? You couldn't remember the fucking catchphrase, so you had to go look it up? There is no way. I heard you listening to something. There is no fucking way. You went back and you listened to the show because you forgot our own catchphrase, so you had to go listen to it just so you could steal it from me. There is absolutely no way. High-key wish you both had your mics unmuted just so you could hear how bad you guys are laughing. That's crazy. Is that what you were doing? Eli, you have to pull it together for me for 2 seconds. Is that what you were doing? Oh my god, it was. There is no way. No way in hell, bro. How did you forget? I'm more baffled that you forgot our own catchphrase. Oh my, there is no fucking way. Jesus, we gotta wrap it up now. I don't even feel like wishing them well anymore. I wish that they'd be on demon time from here on out. They're on goblin time from here on out. They're going to go in that fucking... They're going to go in the gym. They're going to go in the gym for this next week. They're going to rep maxes and evade taxes, baby. They're going to go in there. They're going to be an absolute demon and goblin time. All right? That's from me to you. Because these goblins in here want to steal my shit. Leave me with nothing. I have nothing. I am nothing. I will be nothing. Nothing is what I have become.
Oh god, I'm dying.
I seriously have to come up with another catchphrase on the fly because I can't use the same one.
Just remember, anytime you have an ace in the hole, always triple down.
I was about to say we'll give this one a go for it. So in pure fashion, you're beautiful. Take care of yourself, and no matter the hand you're dealt, always remember you've got an ace in the hole. Catch you on down the road.